Donald Trump has a paradoxical relationship to the mainstream media. But in order to understand this paradox, we really have to distinguish between Fox News and the so-called liberal media. Trump has a fairly positive relationship with Fox News. It's a relationship of mutual benefit. He gets good publicity from them. He tends to use them as a media source. The liberal media, mainly CNN, New York Times, that's the media that he calls fake news. That's the media that he accuses of being systematically biased against him. What's strange about it, though, is that he benefits from all of the attention that they give to him. Donald Trump dominates the headlines. He dominates the news cycle. His latest outrageous comment, it makes the front page. We're constantly seeing him. We're constantly hearing about him. And the networks that he accuses of being fake news are contributing to this. He gets free publicity from them. And as a natural salesman, he understands the importance of publicity. Now, if it is true that these networks are against him, then one should ask, why don't they simply ignore him? Why don't they simply deny him a platform? Wouldn't that be more effective? An effective way of silencing your opponent? Well, the fact that they do not, the fact that they help to keep him in the public spotlight, shows that networks like CNN and newspapers like the New York Times are not only interested in reporting the news, they're interested in clicks, viewers, and readers. And they're interested in those things because they're interested in subscriptions, ratings, and advertising revenue. They understand that Donald Trump generates a ton of attention, and they want some of that attention. They want it so much, in fact, that it's worth wondering whether Donald Trump would have ever won the presidency if he had not had the help, however inadvertent, of the mainstream media in staying in the spotlight. On the surface, there's antagonism. But if you peel back the surface a little, you see a more symbiotic relationship. You see Donald Trump, the media spectacle, a media spectacle that the news media are very eager to capitalize on, and that is also beneficial for his politics. So Donald Trump has 50 million Twitter followers. He's ranked about 19th in terms of the most successful Twitter accounts. And he understands that Twitter is a major channel, a major political channel for him. It makes sense, given his relationship with the mainstream media. If he believes that this media generates fake news about him, is systematically biased against him, then Twitter is an ideal way around them. It allows him to bypass so-called fake news and to establish a connection with his base. And it's a connection that is unique in the social media landscape. When Twitter first emerged, there was the question of, well, what is it? It's not quite a social network. It's not like YouTube where you share creative content. But it turns out that what is really unique about Twitter is that it's live. It's happening right now. It's real time. This creates a sense of immediacy and honesty, intimacy. Trump really benefits from this, and it's how he builds his relationship with his base. You may get his unfiltered thoughts at 2 a.m. when he wakes up. Even here, though, there are paradoxes and contradictions. One question to ask is, how many of those 50 million followers are real people? It turns out that Twitter is thoroughly infiltrated by bots. All of the people on top of that list above him on the most successful Twitter accounts, celebrities and musicians, many of them probably bought these followers. Another potential point of contradiction is that while Trump capitalizes on Twitter's aura of authenticity and liveness, he capitalizes on the idea that he has he is writing these tweets, you're getting his unfiltered ideas. It turns out that he may not actually write all of his tweets. He has someone in his network named Dan Scavino who seems to play a fairly significant role in shaping Trump's message. A linguist has suggested that there are basically 4 types of Trump tweet. There is the preemptive framing. Trump will tweet something before an issue really blows up. And by getting there first, he can set the terms of the discussion. The second thing that he will do is distract. If he's in hot water, as he is in many different aspects of his administration, then he will introduce a new topic, something else, to shift attention away from that issue. The third thing that he will do is to attack the messenger. So forget the content, forget the actual substance of the issue. What is problematic in his view is the person making the statement. One example of this is this judge whom he accused of being partial because of his Mexican heritage. So attack the person in this ad hominem way. And the fourth use, common use, is to throw something out there and just see how what kind of reaction it gets. So the United States should build up its nuclear arsenal. It wasn't really a topic at that moment when Trump tweeted this, but he just wants to put it out there and just test it. How does it sit with the base? So those, and I think if you watch Trump's news feed through the lens of these 4 categories, you'll see that they actually are very useful. Another fairly infamous use of Twitter is Trump's retweeting of conspiracy theories. Perhaps most prominently, the so-called birtherism idea. The claim that President Obama is not really an American, therefore he's an illegitimate president. He is actually plotting to institute Sharia law in the United States. He's an undercover Muslim. Trump not only has retweeted this content, he produces new content. This meme is very active in the worlds of the online far right. One designation that we hear often is the alt-right. The alt-right can be understood as not only the alternative right, this term coined by Richard Spencer, that is the right that's simply different from the mainstream Republican Party. It's just not traditional conservatism. We can also understand it as the elements of the right that live in an alternative reality, an alternative America, an America in which a secret Muslim bent on instituting Sharia law is controlling the country. Trump taps into this. He rarely speaks directly to it, but by retweeting their content, by speaking on these themes, he taps into a pervasive sense in this community that their America is under threat, their America is disappearing. And at the core of this, arguably, is a commitment to white identity, an understanding of America as a white nation that is besieged by black and brown people speaking strange languages and practicing strange and dangerous religions. And Twitter, while giving Trump a fairly direct channel to his base, also provides a channel to these people. And here we see how his communication on Twitter can become dangerous.